Well, good evening, family. Good evening. Come on in the room. Come on. Yes, yes. Come on in the room. Good evening to you. It's Monday. It's time to empower your thinking and change your life. So come in, greet me that I may greet you. Let me know where you are viewing from. I do love to know where our viewers, first time viewers, consistent supporters and or viewers are viewing from. We do have viewers and supporters from literally all over the world. And I'm grateful for you and grateful that you took time out of your Monday evening to converse, dialogue, learn with me as the Lord empowers our thinking from his perspective. So come in, greet me again that I may greet you. You know the drill. Facebook, as you come in, need for you to follow the Ministries Facebook page if you're not already doing that. Like the video and then share it. And of course, comment, engage in the comment section with me. I love to know what you're thinking, the thoughts that are provoked, and just sharing in dialogue with me in the comments as it pertains to what we tackle. And tonight, oh my goodness, for some time, I have been dealing with addressing other subject matters that are pertinent to God, but we are coming back to a taboo subject that connects with what we taught several months ago, really in the middle of last year as it pertains to the pedophile agenda. And so we're going to deal with another aspect of that, and they are connected, the LGBTQ community and agenda. There is a connection between that community, the LGBTQ plus, and all the other letters of the alphabet that's connected to the pedophile agenda. So come on in, share as we get ready to hit it and deal with it. And to our YouTube family, greetings to you over there. If you're not already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're doing yourself a disservice. Subscribe there, even if you prefer watching via Facebook. But do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell so you receive notifications and hit the thumbs up there. That helps. The likes, all of the emojis, all of that helps with our algorithm. All right. And of course, if you want to remain in the know and never miss an update as it pertains to what's happening here at CT Johnson Ministries, you need to text CT. No, that was old. You need to text Empower Me. Then text Empower Me to 54244. That will put you in our database and you'll never miss what's happening here at CT Johnson Ministries. All right, let's jump head on into this subject tonight. The gay BCs. You heard me right. You heard me right. I know the ABCs, the English alphabet that helps with us developing language and communication. However, we are going to talk about tonight the gay BCs. Now, let me preface what I'm getting ready to take us into with this. My assignment, specifically here on this broadcast, Empowerment Mondays, is to empower your thinking. And I'm saying this for those who may be watching and viewing for the first time. And again, greetings to all of you. But my assignment, part of my mandate as God's prophet, is to empower your thinking from God's perspective, to provoke thought, to encourage and literally push us to evolve into the cerebral citizens that God needs us to be, especially in this time, day, and era, even dispensation that we are living in. Time is out for the church of all institutions to be ignorant, to be dumb. We have to pull our heads out of the proverbial sand. We have to exit out of the proverbial closet. The gays came out, the binaries came out, everybody came out the closet, and the church occupied the space that they vacated. But it's time for us to come out from the shadows, stop being intimidated, stop tucking our tail between our legs, and avoid addressing God's issues for the sake of keeping the peace. When Jesus himself said he did not come, or I feel like teaching this, when Jesus himself said he did not come to bring peace, but a sword. He came to bring division between families because he wants to know who truly is on the Lord's side. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to demonstrate it. And that's what the church has been great at doing. We've been great at saying we're on the Lord's side and saying we back God's agenda and saying that we side with the Lord. But when the rubber meets the road and when God needs us to put our money where our mouth is, we develop laryngitis, we develop temporary amnesia, and we run and we fail God. We leave him high and dry. And so my assignment is to bring us into a cerebral awareness of what's happening in our world so that we can not catch this react, but respond. Let me say that again. We need to transition from reacting to responding, because reacting deals with emotion, deals with sensuality, deals with one operating in the realm of the senses. But responding is action. See, responding is actually developing a plan, developing a strategy to counteract and combat, turn back what Satan is rolling out, the campaigns, his initiatives, and literally pulling down strongholds. So y'all stick in with the prophet tonight. It's going to get tight before it gets loose. There's a video I want to show you, and I'm going to put it up on my website. It's 15 minutes in length. Therefore, I'm not going to show the entirety of it tonight. I'm going to show about 5-6 minutes max of this video in a moment. I need to further lay foundation, but just stick with me and share this. And we're going to show this video here, and the link will be up on the website no more than an hour after the broadcast ends. The link will be up on my website. But I want to take us into our subject tonight, and that is the GayBCs, the indoctrination of our children. Now, this information that I'm getting ready to share with you may be new to many of you, and some of you may already be informed. Some of you may already be aware. But again, that's my assignment, is to bring us into awareness, not so that we can operate in a spirit of hate, but operate in the spirit of truth, telling the truth, declaring the truth, heralding the truth in love, but yet heralding it, declaring it nonetheless. And let me just go ahead and throw this out while I'm teaching. Love does not condone behavior, agendas, campaigns, initiatives that are anti-God's will. We need to understand that, because too many folk have fallen prey to the lie that Jesus' love, meaning that his love will condone, or it winks over, or it supports any behavior, any lifestyle choice, and there are no repercussions. No. And so I want us to come into the awareness of the LGBTQ's agenda to indoctrinate our children via the school system. Now, again, many of you are aware that the school systems play a big part in supporting the indoctrinal agenda of the LGBT. Now, for somebody that might say, well, what's the problem with them placing certain literature that specifically addresses homosexuality, non-binary, and they are indoctrinating not teenagers alone, but they're starting at the youngest age as it pertains to preschool and kindergarten. What I'm going to show you, this is actually a book that I came across a few days ago that's entitled The GayBCs, that is geared toward children ages 3 to about 7. And so, see, unlike most Christians who want to give their adolescent yet developing mentally, emotionally, cognitively child choices beyond what is warranted or beyond what is sensible for their age. See, you want to give them choices, but Satan targets our children at an early age and literally is forcing them, unbeknownst to them, to accept a lie that is grooming them for a future that benefits his agenda. But no, you don't want to start your children in the direction of God at a young age, but yet you want to give them options as it pertains to their sexuality at 4. But okay, let me get out of that because I haven't even gotten started. So we want to deal with this tonight, and y'all just roll with the prophet. The GayBCs. It is a children's book that was written by M.L. Webb. Now, this book is not new on the market, and I said this as it pertains to the broadcast that we spent weeks on, as it pertains to the pedophile agenda. What I brought to us was nothing new. It was not information that just came out in the last year or so. This book was written in 2019, 2018, I believe, somewhere in between 2018 and 2019. Here we are in 2023. So this book has been out on the market, and there's some others. The title will literally steal your breath. But I want us to deal with this so that we can, one, be aware of what Satan is doing and how he's doing it. Not just what he's doing, but how he's doing it. And that we can, again, be responsive and not reactive. And so let me give you some insight to the book. Now, the title is The GayBCs. I have attached to that the indoctrination of our children because that's exactly the intention of this book. Now, listen to this. A joyful celebration. This is what the book, this is the description of the book and of the contents of the book on the back of it. It says the joyful celebration of LGBTQ plus vocabulary. Now, y'all just stick with me. Vocabulary for kids of all ages. Vocabulary. Notice that it says that this book is about vocabulary. Now, why is that important? Vocabulary is important, and vocabulary is comprised of alphabet and or letters. Vocabulary deals with language, deals with vernacular, deals with speech, deals with communication. And so you cannot develop vocabulary language without letters and alphabet. And so they're telling you right off the bat that their focus, their agenda is to provide our children at the earliest ages possible the vocabulary. In other words, they are endeavoring to develop a consciousness. Oh, are y'all listening to me? They are developing, because that's what vocabulary does. That's what language does. It develops a consciousness, a thought pattern, a thought life. See? And the earlier we expose our children to vocabulary, it helps to develop at an earlier age and stage of life a consciousness for whatever we are building a vocabulary for. There are some parents that build in their children as early as 8 months, or really a day old. They develop a consciousness for profanity because they're cussing while the child is even in the mother's womb. They are developing a consciousness, I'm teaching already, of hostility. They're developing a consciousness of of tension and strife because of the harsh, profane language. And it is even medically proven and backed by science as it pertains to the benefit of talking to children while in the womb. What is that doing? That is helping to develop a consciousness. Are y'all following with me? Are y'all following with me? And so now let me go further. I just wanted you to hone in. I want you to hone in on certain terms here. So, a joyful celebration of LGBTQ plus vocabulary for kids of all ages. A play date extravaganza. This is the central theme of the book. Transforms into a celebration of friendship, love, and identity as four friends sashay out of all the closets, dress up in a wardrobe fit for kings and queens, and discover, listen to this, and discover the wonder of imagination. Discover the wonder of imagination. Now, why is that significant? Why am I taking just a moment or two to hone in on that word imagination? Because anything that is imagined, y'all flow with me, is not real. Those of us as children who had imaginary friends, those friends did not exist in reality. They existed only in our minds. And so, oh God, Satan is a master deceiver. There are those who are part of the LGBTQ community that say they don't understand why we're not supportive as it pertains to who they are. Well, the truth of the matter is they don't know who they are. If you identify as non-binary, if you identify as a cat, if you identify as a stool, a bench, that, God help me, you are denying the reality of your sexuality. You're denying your biological reality. And so right there, children, it is good to have. We should encourage our children as it pertains to imagination, but there is a certain age and stage of their life where you begin to inform them of truth and let them know, no, fairy tale or tooth fairy isn't real, Santa Claus isn't real. Those are figments of our imagination. And if you are a Christian, you don't have any business lying to your children in the first place about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and all that foolishness. See? All right, let me get out of that before I make you mad. But as my former mentor, Dr. P, the late Dr. P used to say, I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to make some mad and then some glad. You choose which you will be. All right. But I thought that was interesting as I read that. Imagination. This whole lifestyle choice. And that's what it is. It's a lifestyle choice. And if you have decided to engage, to partake in that lifestyle of homosexuality and lesbianism and all that's contained now therein, if you have decided that you want to partake in that lifestyle, that's fine. Those are the decisions. That's the decision you made to style your life. And if that's how you want to raise and or expose, if that's how you want to raise your children and if that's the style of life you want to expose your children to, then you do that regarding your children. But when you utilize the school system that is an institution of learning that is to benefit all children, what are you to learn? You're to learn subjects that benefit you in every area and aspect of your life: reading, writing, arithmetic. You're learning the sexuality, learning how one has sex, because that's basically what this agenda is all about, is how they have sex, who they have sex with. Having that knowledge as it pertains to two men and two women, and you identifying as an inanimate object, how does having that knowledge benefit you in every aspect of your life? It doesn't. It only benefits you if you choose to style your life according to those particular behaviors. Is that making sense? If I'm making sense, y'all please just say, Prophet, you're making sense. Y'all come on, help me tonight. All right. Because sometimes y'all leave me out here by myself when I deal with these taboo subjects, but I don't mind. I got Jesus. Come on here. And so let's be smart. I've said it many times. Let's stop. Can we stop being a dumb church? Can we stop being stupid Christians? Huh? Can we just stop that? Because Satan is beating us in the arena of intelligence. Now, let me move on, because I have quite to cover, and I want to show you a portion of this video. Now, y'all know you can't be a part of Empowerment Monday and not have some terms and definitions. Now, I want to throw these two terms and definitions out because for those of you who are new and you did not watch the extensive teaching I did on normalizing pedophilia, go to CT Johnson Ministries YouTube channel or go to our Facebook. YouTube is more efficient, and you can go through the videos and go and watch. I don't know how many videos that are up there as it pertains to me spending several months, I know it was several weeks, at least a month or two, as it pertains to bringing us into the awareness and informing us of the tactics, okay? And so normalize, because this is what the LGBT is endeavoring to do. They have done a good job, unfortunately, at normalizing us as it pertains to this lifestyle choice. I'm going to keep saying it until you get it. It's a lifestyle choice. I didn't choose to be black. I didn't choose it. I didn't choose to be male. Didn't choose it. Had no choice. Didn't choose my parents. Had no choice. Didn't choose the family I was born in. Had no choice. Didn't choose the siblings I have, whether I wanted siblings or not. I had no choice. But contrary to what they have lied to us concerning this whole gay, lesbian, non-binary, binary, whatever agenda, it's a choice. There is no medical, scientific proof that solidifies and or validifies that they were innately born that way, even though there may have been some occurrences and some events that transpired in their life that opened the door to them choosing such lifestyle. But it is a lifestyle choice. I want y'all to get that. They chose to style their life according to consciousness, mindset. Huh? All right. And so now let me move. So what does normalize mean? To allow or encourage something, listen to this, considered extreme or taboo. Now, what in the world? When I was 3, my mother's watching. When I was 3, I wasn't thinking about sexuality. I wasn't thinking as a male. I wasn't even thinking about a girl sexually, a female, another 3-year-old girl. Come on. So how are you telling me that 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds are thinking about, are consciously, without being programmed, without being indoctrinated, with their by their own free will and volition, they are developing questions and concerns about whether or not they are a girl trapped in a boy's body. It is foolishness. And these parents who are leaving these life decisions in the hands of children that are yet developing in every aspect of their physiological life need be slapped, need be thrown up underneath some prison and never see the light of day. Because something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Children are fickle in their imbalance in their emotions. That's why they have to be trained, they have to be directed and properly. Because if we don't direct our children properly, then we set them on a course for destruction. If there is a little girl, a little 3-year-old girl, that's the only girl in a family that has 4 children, and all of her siblings are boys, she's the only girl. It's no surprise that she is going to develop in accordance to that environment that is predominantly male, meaning brothers. She more likely is going to be a tomboy. She's going to want to climb trees because that's what her brothers do. She's going to probably want to wrestle because that's what her brothers do. That doesn't mean that she's confused about her sexuality. All that means, stupid parent, is that she is, y'all better pray for the prophet because I'm out here tonight. All that means is that she is developing and that she is becoming aware of surroundings and she's beginning to notice things. That's all that means. And so a parent in their right mind begins to guide that little girl, especially as she gets older, let her know, no, sweetheart, you don't sit with your legs gapped open. Well, why, mama? Johnny does it. Mark does it because they're boys. Now, see, that's how I came up. Little girls sit with their legs closed or legs crossed because you're a little girl. Not, oh, I wonder if she feels as though you need to be slapped in the face with a cat o' nine tails. Oh, woo, glory! Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. So normalize. I went somewhere for a moment as it pertains to extreme. That's why I went off because of the definition. To allow or encourage something considered extreme or taboo to become viewed as normal. See, that's an extreme. It's extreme and disgusting for grown men as well as grown women to engage in same-sex activity, but it's even more disgusting and extreme for us to willfully guide children in that way. So y'all don't want to talk to me tonight. Okay. All right. Now, indoctrinate, let me deal with this because this is specifically our vein tonight. To indoctrinate, listen to this, and then I'm getting ready. After this slide, I'm going to show you about 6 minutes of the video. So y'all stick with me. As I said, I'm going to put the video on my website. The link will be up there. Listen, you want to stick with me. Indoctrinate, to imbue with a usually partisan or sectarian opinion. If you don't know what those words mean, look it up. Let's stop being lazy. Point of view or principle used in the sense of teaching someone, listen to this, to fully accept only the ideas, opinions, and beliefs of a particular group. Now, I didn't put my other, y'all give me a second here. There's another portion of this definition I want to read, and I didn't switch it out on the slide here. So y'all give me a second. I have to pull it up on my computer. And I want to read you this other portion. Y'all just stick with the prophet. If y'all sticking with me, say I'm sticking with you, prophet. Y'all just hold on. Hold on a second. I want to read the other portion of indoctrinate, but I changed it and did not download it where you could see it, but it's on my master. Okay. Well, I thought it was. Oh, it is. It is. Okay. So indoctrinate, again, to imbue with a usually partisan or sectarian opinion, point of view, or principle. Used in the sense to indoctrinate, used in the sense of teaching. Oh, I did say that. Teaching someone to fully accept only the ideas, opinions, and beliefs of a particular group. It's right there. I'm just so excited I didn't see it. Okay, so I want you. Let me put it back up. I want you to focus in on that latter portion. Focus in on that latter portion. Use, indoctrinate, to indoctrinate. It's teaching, and you are teaching someone, a group, you're teaching them to fully accept the ideas, opinions, and beliefs of the particular group. And that's what LGBTQ plus all of that is doing. They are teaching our children to accept the ideas, the opinions, and the beliefs of their particular group. And again, if that's what you want to teach and teach your children, and that's how you want to raise them, that's fine. But what some smart person, and I said that word sarcastically, some smart person is going to say, well, what is the problem? The problem is that this agenda to indoctrinate our children, ages 3 to 7, giving them vocabulary, a language to develop a consciousness whereby as they get older, it's ingrained in them. This is normal. It's ingrained in them. This is how God planned it. It's ingrained in them. There is nothing wrong with this. See? And so we need to wake up and to realize what Satan is endeavoring to do and stop being so afraid and intimidated, because many of you don't want to address issues such as this because you are so in love with being liked. You're so in love, you're so infatuated with being accepted that you would rather let God down. I'm talking to those who subscribe to Christianity. You would rather let God down than to stand up to those in your family. It amazes me how people of false religions and those who serve fallen deities have greater allegiance to a false God than we who claim Jesus Christ as our God, and he is the true and living God. We have the true and living God, but yet we are intimidated. The cat has our tongue because we don't want to rock the boat. But the LGBTQ, they're not concerned about rocking the boat as it pertains to the Christian world. The pro-choice folk, they're not concerned about rocking the boat. They're literally trying to throw us overboard. We have a bunch of cowards in the church. Now, before I get to that, all right, let's get to this video, and then I'm going to come back and share some other things. I'm going to take you further, but this video, again, is 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes. I'm only going to show you about 6 minutes of it, and it is, I can't remember the gentleman's name, that is walking you through this book. So you're going to actually be able to hear some of the content of this book. All right. So here we go.
Okay, today we look at another attempt to brainwash and indoctrinate our kids through children's literature. This one, and we've done several of these videos because unfortunately there are so many of these kinds of books on the bookshelf if you go to Barnes & Noble or any other bookstore. This one is called the GayBCs because, of course, the regular ABCs are not good enough. If you're a gay activist, you need your own ABC. So you got the GayBCs. This is written by M.L. Webb. And I'll just read, this is the description of the book. It says, a playdate extravaganza transforms into a celebration of friendship, love, and identity as four friends sashay out of all the closets, dress up in a wardrobe fit for kings and queens, and discover the wonder of imagination. That's what the book is. Now, we know it's an ABC book. So I think we should keep this in mind as we go through it. What's the age range of a book like this? I'd say probably 3 years old to 7. 3 to 7 is about the age range for a book of this kind. And that's what all the content in this book is directed towards, are kids of that age. Now, usually when we do these videos, I'll read the book ahead of time a little bit just to get an idea of what I'm getting myself into. In this case, I didn't really do that. So I'm going to be experiencing this with you, all of us together at once. And let's go through. I don't know, there are, how many letters in the alphabet? Last I checked, there was 26, so I don't know if we can get through all 26 pages, but we'll try. All right, the GayBCs. A is for ally, a friend who is there to stand up for you with strength, love, and care. B is for bi. You can shout it out loud. I like boys and girls, and that makes me proud. Bisexual is, this is, again, we're talking kids 3 to 7 years old. And we're talking to them about being bisexual. Yeah, for all the 4-year-old bisexuals out there, you know what? A 4-year-old is not bisexual. He's not gay. Kids at that age don't have a sexuality. That's something that develops over time. And never mind the fact that makes me proud. I like boys and girls, and I'm proud of that. Why should there be pride in your sexual orientation in the first place? I never quite understood that. C is for coming out. You're ready to share what you feel deep inside. It's okay to be scared. D is for drag. You can strut and dance in clothes that you love, dresses, heels, or pants. Now remember, drag is burlesque for gay men. That's what it is. I mean, that's the history of drag. It's adult-oriented. It's highly sexual by its nature. And that's why when you look at a lot of these drag queens for the Drag Queen Story Hours and the names that they have, even the stage names that they choose are clearly sexual in nature.
And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
So when drag is being foisted on kids, that's what's being foisted. E is for equality. We're on the same team. We all have the right to love, hope, and dream. That's true. I can't disagree with that. We all do have the right to love, hope, and dream, whatever that means. I have the right to dream and hope. You do. I'll agree with you there. F is for family, related or found. They'll stick by your side through your ups and downs. G is for gay. It's a word that implies you're a girl who likes girls or a guy who likes guys. H is for hope. Dream up a life that you'll love. The sky is the limit. Shoot for the stars above. And now we're really getting into it here with I. I is for intersex. Some are born with the parts of both a boy and a girl. Bodies are works of art. Okay, yeah, some are born intersex, and by some we mean about 7 people in the whole world. But for some reason, they get lumped into this conversation. Let me ask you, why are intersex people, so-called, why are they lumped in with gay, trans? What do they have to do with anything? Intersex, that's a medical condition. That's a deformity. That's what that is. So why are we lumping people who suffer from a deformity in with, what do they have to do with anything? Intersex people are always brought in, especially when the topic is trans. And the left, they're trying to justify their position on gender. They say, well, what about intersex people? What about them? What do they have to do with anything? Just because they're intersex people, how does that validate or legitimize a biological man who claims to be a woman? How does the existence of a birth defect that he doesn't have validate what he's claiming. And then why are we telling kids about intersex? At what point in a 4-year-old's life do you say to yourself, you know what, I got to sit little Johnny down and tell him about, and give him the intersex talk? Why does a 4-year-old need to know about intersex? There are 12 intersex people in the world. Why does a 4-year-old need to know about them? And also, born with the parts of a boy and a girl. It's more accurate to say that an intersex person is born with parts that can look ambiguous to us, or that are it can be unclear from a physical examination what biological sex this individual is. It doesn't mean that they don't have a biological sex, and it certainly doesn't mean that they are both biological sexes. Okay, because really being born with the parts of a boy and a girl, what that would actually mean, if we're talking literally here, is that you would have a person who has the functional reproductive capacity of both a male and a female. And that type of person has never existed in the human species, ever. That type of person does not exist. There's never been a person who has the ability to impregnate and be pregnant. Because that's what it would really mean to have the parts of a boy and a girl. That's never existed, ever. What has existed are birth defects. Okay, J is for joy. You can sing, dance, and play. Find moments of sunshine.
Well, now how do you feel about that? Now, there's more to it, but as I said, I only was going to show about 6 minutes of it. So I'm going to put the link on my website. I'll put it up there, and I also post it when I do. So if you follow me on our ministry pages, I may even send out a text with the link so you can go and watch it in its entirety. Also, I'm going to have a link regarding this PDF article that I'm getting ready to show you as we prepare to wrap up, because I want you to be informed so that we can combat. Now, there are a few things combat this damnable agenda and campaign that Satan is so robustly rolling out. Now, Matt Walsh is the gentleman's name that gave commentary and redress to this book. Now, there's 2 things I want to point out briefly as we move into this, but I want to know your thoughts. Put your thoughts. Some of you did comment while the video was playing, but I want to know your thoughts as it pertains to that video. And hopefully you're understanding and you're seeing the issue with that. Because as he said, first of all, as it pertains to drag queens reading stories, having story time with children. As you saw that brief little clip, that person wasn't reading no book. What in the world does a 3-year-old child, what in the world does a child 3 to 8 need know about twerking, shaking your behind? How is shaking your behind assisting and or aiding you in the educational process? But see, you got some dumb parents, stupid parents thinking it's cute. I am literally, Lord, I feel, ooh, help me, Lord. I am appalled when I scroll through social media and I see parents posting via Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels their 2-year-old girl, 2-year-old daughter twerking and shaking her behind in a diaper. Come on here. Now, your child, I need to hit something. Your child is not yet potty trained. Your child does not know how to feel the urges of their what's the oh God? How to feel the urges of their body in regards to having to use the restroom, whereby they know I need to, instead of just letting myself go, I need to go to the restroom or let someone know. The child has not even developed cognitively to that point where they are able to control their bowels and control their body to the point that they do not defecate or urinate on themselves, but you think that they are responsible enough to make a life decision as it pertains to whether or not they are a boy and they're biologically a girl or vice versa. How that, to me, that's not cute. But see, you got some parents that don't have common sense, not understanding that what's cute at 3, it may be cute at 3 for a little CC to shake her behind at the birthday party, but it's not cute when she's 14, shaking her behind in the school hallway that turns into having sex or turns into being molested. See, we don't think about the future consequences of a current act, but you got parents thinking it's cute. Your child shaking their behind. Got little 2, 3-year-old boys, 4-year-old boys throwing up gang signs. Got them drenched in gold chains, looking like a thug. You don't understand that you're raising them up. Okay, see, y'all don't like this type of teaching here. You are raising them up. You are developing a consciousness in them for a lifestyle that will yield results of incarceration, promiscuity, drug addiction, abuse. See, what's cute, adorable at 3, it ain't cute at 13, 23, and 30. It's not cute. When you get a phone call in the middle of the night talking about Juju is down. Okay, see, it's not cute then. All right, I'm wrapping up here. I'm wrapping up. Now, I want to, what we are dealing with tonight, again, is the indoctrination of our children as it pertains to the LGBTQ agenda. They are targeting our children as young as 3. Parents need to wake up. And if it was not for COVID, many parents would not have ever entered into the reality of what their child and their children were actually learning. You thought you sent them off to school that they were actually learning as it pertains to reading, writing, and arithmetic being downloaded into by way of information and knowledge that was going to help them succeed in life, not assist them in becoming confused at life or confused about life. See, this agenda is helping our children enter into early stages of bipolarness, early stages of schizophrenia. Y'all, come on. Because this agenda assists in confusing children about life. And they have enough that they're going to encounter as it pertains to life that is confusing, and they don't need this thrown at them as well, because this foolishness is unnecessary and it's foolishness. Now, we're not switching gears, we're just increasing gears. Homosexuality in your school, in your child's school. Homosexuality in your child's school. Now, what I want to do here as I get ready to close, I want to highlight one of the biggest lies that the LGBTQ community tells. And see, because we don't do our homework, because we don't research beyond the surface, because we take everybody's word for it, we have drank the Kool-Aid of deception. Now, this article from Family Research Council, and I will put the link to it on my website, and I'll post it on all our social media when it has been posted. All right. As it pertains to this here, Family Research Council. Now, listen to this. I want to read a few things to you, because again, what I'm getting ready to do is expose the lie that the homosexual, lesbian, non-binary, all of that community has told us for decades now, and we have bit it. We have drank the Kool-Aid. We have bit the bait. We have took the bait. Now, I want to start reading at the first paragraph, the last sentence. The first issue raised by the advocates of homosexuality. Now, this gentleman to the left is the president of the Research Council, Tony Perkins. All right. The first issue, listen to this, raised by the advocates of homosexuality is invariably, listen to this, the same: safety, safety, safety. Now, this is the lie. They have built this agenda and escalated it, evolved it on the premise, which is a lie, as it pertains to them instituting all of these regulations and rules. It is to establish and provide safety for those of the LGBT community. But I'm getting ready to share with you facts and statistics. And as the old saying goes, the numbers don't lie. Now, let's read. Pro-homosexual activists contend that our schools have large numbers of students who are or are perceived to be gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgendered, JLBT or LGBT for short, that such students, listen to this, because this is their premise, that such students are frequent victims of verbal or physical harassment or even acts of violence. Now, is it true that those who are of that community are exposed to such actions and activities and crimes? Yes, nobody's denying that. But their premise is that if you are of this community, it happens to them more. Now, let's read. The Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network, for example, listen to this, reports that 90% of the LGBT youth they surveyed in 2005 have experienced at least verbal harassment at school. Now, 90% of the GLSEN, Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network, they reported falsely. I'm going to, y'all just stick with me, that 90%, that's high, 90% of LGBT youth they surveyed in 2005 have experienced at least verbal harassment at school, albeit not always for their sexual orientation. They also point to reports that gay youth are more likely to commit suicide than their straight peers and claim that this is a result of harassment and discrimination as well. They argue, therefore, that LGBT youth should be singled out for specific protection under school disciplinary code. Yet, listen to this, yet there is evidence that harassment of gay teens may neither be as frequent or severe, nor as disproportionate as some pro-homosexual rhetoric would suggest. GLSEN fails to note, for example, that a survey, listen to this, a survey by the American Association of University Women showed that 83% of all girls and 79% of all boys report experiencing physical intimidation or sexual harassment at school. Even GLSEN survey reported that students are more often bullied, called names, or harassed because of the way they look or their body size than because of their sexual orientation. So the numbers disprove their statement. So again, the AAUW did a survey and report, and it says 83% of girls and 79% of boys report experiencing physical intimidation or sexual harassment at school. Okay. But however, such harassment, which is unexcusable, is not necessarily because of their sexual orientation. It's not because they are living a homosexual lifestyle or identifying according to certain terms of the homosexual community. But that's what they see when we don't do our research and when we don't study. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that homosexuals or the LGBT community are suffering these heinous acts and harassment and all of that more than heterosexual children. The truth of the matter is everybody's experiencing, and the majority that are experiencing it is not because they chose this certain lifestyle or behavior. All right, I'm almost done. Just got to do, I want to do a little reading. Now, I want to get down to, let's pick up here. Of the gay teens surveyed, listen to this, by GLSEN, 79% reported that they had not been called names, teased, bullied, or hurt at school. No, y'all didn't hear that. So somebody lied. 79% said that they have not been bullied, they have not been teased, they have not been hurt in the past year because of their sexual orientation. Listen to this. While 92% had never experienced physical assault for that reason. Somebody lied. But see, they are controlling the narrative and painting the picture they want you to behold. They want you to see. And because we're not endeavoring to be wiser than them, and we're not studying, we are taking what they say at face value. And that's why you have Christians that's jumping on the bandwagon. I'm against bullying. I'm against teasing. I'm against harming people for any reason. But the point I'm making is I want you to see that we have bought into a lie. It's not necessary because they are pushing their agenda. And they are out front creating the narrative. Is this making sense? I done lost my remnant church. Is this making sense? Are y'all flowing with me? Is this too much? Is this too much cerebral teaching on a Monday? I know some of y'all gearing up. Some of y'all gearing up for your pagan holiday tomorrow. A lot of y'all Christians gearing up for your Valentine pagan holiday. You get ready to celebrate Cupid. Deceived even in that, thinking that you're celebrating love. No, you're celebrating lust. You're celebrating promiscuity. But again, because we haven't studied, you have let them pass off the deity of perversion for love. All right. I think I'm just gonna stop there. I think I'm gonna stop there. What time is it? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop there and pick it back up next week. I'm just gonna stop there because I don't know if y'all can take any more. Because again, some of y'all getting out your red dress and your high heels, got Johnny Gill geared up for your night of promiscuity and fornication, and then you married Christians, exposing yourself to a demon of perversion and lust. I know some of y'all don't like it, but I don't care. But I do want to encourage you to give. Somebody said, "Now, prophet, how dare you ask for an offering after you have told the folk off?" Well, I told you off, if that's what you want to classify it as. I told the truth in love. I want to encourage you to give tonight. And you can do that by going to our website, ctjohnson.org. And let me say this. I want to thank those of you who do sow into the ministry. I sincerely thank you. Your donations, your support financially does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. I am very appreciative to what you sow. So I encourage you to obey the Holy Ghost and sow tonight. So tonight, your seeds, they're also encouraging to me, because some of you don't realize the backlash that I take, not only in the spirit realm, but physically, literally, through social media and, the disconnecting of people and all that, but it's par for the course. But you can also give via your cell phone by texting CTJMGIVE to 54244. You can also, of course, give via Cash App $ CTJMinistries or PayPal.me/CTJohnsonMinistries, or you can use the email address for PayPal, which is info@ctjohnson.org. And of course, you can always give by check, money order, and mail it to P.O. Box 225, Commerce City, Colorado 837. All right. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. Share this out, share this. We share a lot of things on social media that's not beneficial, that is not edifying, that's not educational in a positive way, but this is. Share this out. Share this out. And if you're a Christian and you're ashamed to have this type of information on your timeline, shame on you. Have a great, prosperous, productive rest of the week. And I will be back, the Lord will, with probably a part 2. I'm not sure as of yet, because there's still some more that I need to give you. But I love you. Be empowered.
Thank you for tuning into Empowerment Monday with me, Prophet C.T. Johnson. Would you prayerfully consider partnering with C.T. Johnson Ministries International? Enable us to continue to declare truth and empower lives. Go to ctjohnson.org/partnership and sow your best seed today. I also invite you to like and follow the Ministries Facebook page at CT Johnson Ministries, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, also CT Johnson Ministries. Remember to click the bell to receive notification of live broadcasts and newly uploaded content. For further information about the ministry, products, and the various services we offer, visit the website at ctjohnson.org. Until next time, be empowered.